Not yet,
It's still
fortunately.
loaded.
Nothing's changed, has it?
No comment.
Gosh,
How's
oh
that?
my gosh.
Good attorney talk.
All right, we are on the clock, so I will call this meeting to order, the DeKalb County Commissioners. The date is August 8th, 2022. Good morning, Dottie.
Good morning, everybody. Let me fill you in on some happenings last week with regard to employees. The Community Corrections has accepted the resignations of the Director of Intervention Services and also a residential facilitator who's been there since residential facilitators were hired. So Michelle feels that we need to replace that director who was a level taking care of the case managers and also pretrial things. And and of course, the residential facilitator we will be trying to replace, and they had been doing so well. So, Central Communications is accepting applications for dispatch. We had the one resignation, which puts us at really 3 below what they would like. So, but because of the fact we only have one trainer, we really can only train one at a time. They tried doing 2 at a time, and it just didn't feel that they were getting, you know, the quality of training that they wanted. So there's that. Development Services, and I have 2 interviews this week for that clerk that will act as the secretary for the BZA Plan Commission and also in their office. The Veteran Services Officer, the clerk, we need to fill that position. That was a separation last week. And so hoping that you guys will agree with both Rhonda and myself that position, that they need that position, and that we need to go forward and try to recruit for a secretary for them. I don't have any update on the Extension Office nor the assessor. The last I heard was that they're kind of in a holding pattern. Then the surveyor still has the first deputy position open. Hopefully Mike and I can start talking about it and maybe make some changes with regard to the posting or what he needs, what he wants. We'll try. And Sheriff's Department, of course, has confinement officers that they are looking for. Keep looking for those. Let's see. Had a meeting. We'll switch a little bit to the insurance. The ACA had an affordability threshold decrease for next year, and what it is that we are an applicable large employer, and there were some affordability benchmarks for certain plans, and which means that, the IRS said that the coverage would be considered affordable if the employee's required contribution for the lowest cost, self-only health plan is offered at 9.12% or less of his or her household income. Now, the problem is we don't know their household income, but in talking with Rex, he thinks we're fine, mainly because with the HSA plan, the employee-only contribution is almost $2,200, and that would be 9.12% of somebody who earns $13,200. So we're good, our employees, but whenever I get any of these things, I've got to run the numbers and try to figure it out, making sure that we're still compliant. We had a wellness meeting last week with he and somebody from the DeKalb group talking about what the options are for going forward. And I do believe I sent you guys kind of an update on that. It would, if we decided to do some wellness things, it would cost some money, and there would be kind of a long, it would take a while for us to really realize the return on our investment. But, you know, which comes first? Do we get our employees healthier than they currently are so that our claims look better going forward? Or do we start looking at, well, is there a plan that will help us save money and hopefully our employees will get healthier and our claims will go down? So it's like, you know, the chicken or the egg, and where are we going to spend some money? So it's another part of that plan, looking for, you know, 2023, 2024, in, you know, what is a good plan for us? And is self-insurance one of them? I've talked to Rex about the idea of, and I think I sent you guys, yeah, that's just it. I sent so many emails last week about paying our employees who are not currently on our plan. The idea that that Todd had, and that, you know, it had been bantered about with some of the presentations from a couple years ago on the health plan, paying our employees X number of dollars to go find, or, you know, for them to buy a plan on their own, and we would reimburse them X number of dollars toward that. And so Rex and I talked about it, and it could happen. You know, it would be a matter of putting things in place, and it would probably be different for every employee because, you know, every employee has a different need, and they would go to a different vendor. You know, if it's not on the marketplace, you know, maybe a private insurance. So anyway, you know, we're still looking at that. You know, the medical fitness and wellness of our employees. So, and then we have financial wellness. A couple, well, it was more than that, about 3 years ago, the Extension Office had offered some meetings, some seminars for anyone in general, really, our employees or just citizens of DeKalb County, about financial wellness. And we even offered it to community corrections, the individuals who are, you know, a part of that program. And so it wasn't just for our employees. And we had, it was actually Angela Sorg who was who was heading it, and we really didn't have anybody avail themselves of the opportunity. We were going to touch on filling out an application, trying to, you know, finding a job, doing a resume. That was going to be like my part, was going to be working with individuals who needed that assistance, and then having financial institution come in and talk with them about bank accounts and how to save, and also how to take, you know, take your debt and how to pay that off. And if you are renting, how to put together, you know, a mortgage, how to save for a mortgage, things like that. And so, and like I said, it didn't go over.
No one?
We didn't have anyone sign up for that. It was very disappointing. Yeah. And so we are, the county is sort of affiliated with Three Rivers Federal Credit Union as one of the member group. So Three Rivers has some workshops that they could offer. They assure me they're 45 minutes long, they're customizable, no cost. They don't attempt to sell any of their products, but they do have, some of the sessions do have Three Rivers branded, like with the logo things. In my previous life, we had a banking relationship with a financial institution here in Auburn, and they came in and did some financial wellness sessions for our employees over at Century and TFC. And those were actually well attended. Go figure. I don't know if it's a different time or what. But anyway, I wanted to plant that seed. If you guys would consider us offering something like this, maybe over lunch hours, maybe later in the day, so that our employees and maybe a spouse could attend. It's just kind of all a part of that wellness thing. If people are having financial issues, that does affect their health and their mental health also, in addition to their physical health. So anyway, dropping that, if that's something that you think maybe we could incorporate with some other things. Right now, based upon the survey results that we had, one of the reasons why I sent you guys a lot of emails last week was I'm going through here bit by bit and pulling out some of the concerns or comments that our employees had and trying to provide you all with some information on what we currently have, either to refute, rebut, to add credence or whatever to the comment. And I didn't see anything on financial wellness, but it's something that's been kind of brewing for a little while. With we were kind of percolating this with Three Rivers, and I know that there are other entities that would offer something similar too. But so we're, like I said, going through here and just trying to pick out all the little comments and seeing if we can, what we can do, which is what you guys wanted. You wanted to hear from employees and find out what their concerns were. And and I was a little surprised that nobody mentioned parking during the fair. Which always is one of those, I get complaints every year about parking during the fair. And so I did check with Officer Broyles downtown, downstairs, who's in charge of the security force. And he was last year in charge of the parking tags. Yeah. He said he has not heard anything from the sheriff with regard to that for this year, which will be coming up very soon with Labor Day. The last thing that he had heard was in January, there had been some talk about making those permanent. So that's all I have. I haven't contacted the sheriff to talk about that. But we have a new employer in downtown Auburn, and yes, they do have a parking lot, but I don't believe that takes care of all of their parking needs. I mean, I have seen some of their employees parking on the street, and as you know, in the last few years, the city has taken away a lot of street parking, and one of the things that I was thinking, the fair does get the use of two of our parking lots that entire week. And besides Goodwill and all that wonderful, touchy-feely stuff, what do the employees of DeKalb County government get for being put out of their parking spots? So I didn't know if you wanted me to contact or if one of you wanted to contact the Fair Board to see if they would make some sort of an agreement to allow DeKalb County employees who have a tag to park in their parking lots during the day when most of the parking lots are empty for the fair, and that might be a nice little,
Parking lots would that be, Dottie?
well, that would be the one behind the 9th Street Annex, which is used for the stage.
Okay.
That one is totally gone. And then the parking lot on Union and 9th, which would be across from Development Services, that one is currently used for handicapped parking. So,
What would be the closest fair?
well, I would think the
Parking lot.
grassy areas to the south of the
the
9th
south.
Street on Union, that was what I was thinking. Otherwise, there's,
About it, I think, isn't it?
you know, but
Yeah.
that's the closest, yeah. So, anyway, it's something, once again, it's something to consider, and, you know, I am happy to, but I can't make an agreement, but I could at least get the conversation started.
I'll talk to Mike Lay. He's very involved in the fair board anyway.
Is he?
so,
Okay. Great. Yeah,
He
see if we
runs a lot
could,
of that stuff.
yeah, if we could make something. You know, I was trying to think, all right, what about a shuttle service from DART? You know, we have employees park out, you know, someplace, and DART would pick you up at 8 o'clock or 7:30 or whatever, and bring you in, you know, to downtown, drop you off. Actually, a few years ago, I had an early morning doctor's appointment. So I was out at the hospital, and what I did was I parked my car out at the hospital. I contracted with DART to pick me up after that appointment. They dropped me off at my office, and then I contracted with them to pick me up after work and take me back to my car. And so it's like, it was $3, you know, each way. It was fine, but it was a whole lot cheaper than parking downtown Fort Wayne, which we were talking about a couple weeks ago. You know, I was thinking, would that be an option? But, you know, I mean, the parking is always a concern. Like I said, I was surprised. Nobody mentioned it. Well, it was too far away from the time that they filled out the survey to the week before the fair when everybody starts complaining to me.
Just a very transient concern. And that's it.
Yeah, because, you know, it's, you know, right there, and there's 4 days. It's only 4 days. I always tell, you know, people, new hires, you know, they take a look at Fair Day. Why do you get Fair Day off? You know,
One of the options with the DART situation, that the parking could be some farther out, like West Edge Mall or somewhere like that, or Walmart even, if they would allow us to use that. They have some areas that aren't always parked in, but who knows? But that would give us a little more flexibility
yeah.
if we did the DART.
Yep.
But
You know, I was thinking, oh, you know, we will pick you up at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, maybe just two shuttles.
Yeah, 2 shuttles.
And then at the end of the day, you know, at either a 4:15 or a, you know, 4:45, something like that, to get back out to your vehicle. So, I don't know. I'm trying to
In
think
our
outside.
office, and I don't know how many offices are. Our office,
You guys carpool, don't you?
yeah.
Yeah.
I say as much as we can, we just come together and, you know, but I mean, a lot of us have, like I pay for my parking with the city. So I'm guaranteed my spot or somebody towed. But a lot of us have those spots, so we try to come together to help cut down on
Yeah.
the number of cars that
Makes sense.
I could see
Yeah.
a little confusion though with parking off-site, and that is first come, first serve in our lot evidently. So it fills up, and here comes another employee looking for a spot to park, and there's no place to park, so they go to the parking lot, but in the meantime, miss the DART shuttle.
Yeah.
And so there they are with no way to get here, other than to walk from some distance.
Yeah.
Another
And
reason-
that would be another good reason to, you know, partner with the Fair Board, because it would be a whole lot closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
would
in
be
that grassy field between the exhibit hall or whatever hall that
Yeah.
is, you know, the part that's closer to where Curiosity Shop used to be
Right,
during
yeah,
the day, I mean, that really won't even affect the fair people
Right.
that do come.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be ideal.
That's probably gonna be the best. A little longer walk, but, you
I think the
know,
dark
it's
thing's
just 4
a
days.
good idea, but it could,
Coordinating
the
that.
coordinating,
I
and if
know,
someone
yeah.
misses it and then calls, someone come pick me up,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like,
And then
well,
that person loses their parking spot.
right.
I would be the transporter.
Anyway, and let's see. One of our questions or comment that one of our employees had was our vesting schedule for PERF. Now, PERF is not, we don't set the vesting schedule for PERF. That is a state-run, but the state has 2 plans. And the one plan is the one that we have. It's called the hybrid, and the other one is called My Choice. And so with the, that was another one of those many emails that I sent you last week about what is offered. So it just so happens that I sent an email out to my HR group, my network, and so far I don't have anybody who was offering the fairly new, from 2016 program, the My Choice program. It's like all the entities stayed with the hybrid. And I remember sitting in the meeting, it was at Ivy Tech North, when the state presented this, and there was a lot of grumbling, mainly because there was taking the pension sort of off the table for the My Choice. And so I guess that followed through. I'd never asked before, and so that's what's coming through on my HR network.
You know, the My Choice, my brother's wife, or my son's new wife became a teacher, 2nd grade teacher.
So turf.
They gave, the My Choice is one of the plans,
Yeah.
and they chose
Yes.
it.
Oh,
And the reason why they chose it is that money is a little more customizable how you would invest it.
Right,
You can put it in mutual funds, ETFs.
it's a little more 401k-ish.
It's 401k-ish, and
Yep.
they give you 20%, I think 0% the first year or 20%. You're fully vested after 5.
Yes.
But at a lesser amount, of course.
Right, yeah.
The difference is, at the end of 5 years, you can say, give me all the cash, I want it all, I'm leaving, and you get it all. You let it ride, of course, and it builds, but my son's wife wasn't sure if she was gonna be a teacher for 5 years, 10 years, 20. So she thought, you know what? I know I'm gonna do 5 at least, let's do this, and then decide from there. So it's another tool, but I called a few teachers, one of them was Jim Fincham.
Yeah.
Like, I've never heard of My Choice, because I asked him how, and so that, I don't think they've really pushed it real well.
Right.
A lot of people,
It's
like
true.
you said, the grumbling came, people said, push it away.
Yeah.
I don't know, but.
Yeah.
I thought it was a decent plan.
Well, I know when I came back and I told the commissioners at the time about it, it was like, oh, no, we don't want to. So we kind of dropped it.
Well,
But I sent you the information. So
I-
once again, something else.
I think it might be a good tool for younger people, especially people that are more into investing, saying, hey, I'd like to control my retirement a little more, because I think I can beat what you're doing. And
But like the person that commented, it could also work for those that come in later, like
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know if it was a lady or a
Whoever.
man, whoever
Yep.
that was almost
Yeah.
60.
yeah, they could still get a little pension at least.
Yeah.
Instead of just getting the money back that they paid in.
Good for old guys.
I think I could guess who it was, but I'm not positive.
We have a few of those, but I'm not going to speculate.
Right.
Anyway, I was at a Northeast Indiana Human Resources Association meeting the other evening, Thursday night, and we had 2 Allen County commissioners speak, along with a representative from Mayor Henry's office, and then Mayor McMichael from New Haven spoke. And they were discussing different policies and it was very Allen County centric, of course, but, we were not, all of the HR professionals there. Out of that, there were only, really to others who are in a government situation. So you have all these private sector employers who are looking at, oh, you guys are doing that? And have we lost any of our employees to you? You know, back and forth. It's like, oh, it's all the same questions that we've been talking about. But one of the big programs that the Allen County and the cities have put in place, paid parental leave. They feel that they have, they've spent some money, but they also feel that retention with a lot of their younger employees, and surprisingly, the biggest departments that are using it, fire department and their police and sheriff departments. The male spouses are taking time, and it's paid at various levels. You know, some are, it's 2 weeks full pay for bonding, and you can't take it after, you know, the baby's 6 months or, you know, whatever. All over the, you know, the spectrum. And I'm asking my HR network, you know, of public sector people, so does anybody else have it? So far, I haven't heard back from anybody. But the city of Fort Wayne, eligible employees will be provided up to 120 hours of paid parental leave and must be taken during the first 12 weeks following the birth or adoption. So it's like, wow, another something to consider. The thing that we have FMLA, of course, and we have very few new fathers avail themselves of that. They might just take a few days at home after, you know, when the baby comes home, and stay home with the baby or mom. And then we also have short-term disability for the pregnant employee, but that is basically for her own health, you know, issue. So anyway, just something that is new and improved out there that others are offering, and I'll keep you up to date on what I hear from some of my HR people. And I think that is about all that I have to report. That's, yeah, I would say fit to print, but so do you guys have anything for me?
Comment, one thing on this medical insurance and maybe kicking back some money to employees, you know, we talk about how do we get young people in here that are gonna stay? Yeah. Well, they look at $19 an hour and go, I can pretty much make that everywhere. I don't think they really see the hidden paycheck as you talk about, nor do they care about the hidden paycheck. You know why? They want cash. Mm-hmm. They just came out of school, they got some debt, they want to hit it, you know, and they can go into the private marketplace and get single insurance for $2,000-3,000 a year. Mm-hmm. If we would stick $7 or $8 grand in their pocket extra and say, hey, it's really $29 an hour, not $20 an hour. Mm-hmm. That's what you might see, a completely different group of people. And then the people that still need insurance, hey, you can select insurance, but the pay scale's this if you don't take. I just think it would open up some real possibilities of getting some younger long-term folks, and they could always switch into the plan later if they wanted to. You know, you'd have to be yearly.
Annual election.
Yeah, what do you elect? Do you elect insurance, or do you elect the bonus? We'd have to call it a bonus or something like that.
Exactly.
You know, and make them partners in the county saving money. And
that is a key phrase, because the old traditional employer-employee relationship is a thing of the past.
It's done.
Now, and it's a partnership with your team. I've used team for years.
Yep.
But that's even more than ever. That's what the situation is.
Factor to consider. If you offer something like that, I'm not saying I'm opposed to it, but you're going to have a much older pool. When it comes time to negotiate health insurance for the next year.
Yes, and probably sicker.
I think we already have that, though. If you look, if we really looked at who's on the policies, it's mostly people that need it and are older or with families or whatever. The average single person's like, I'm not taking $3,000 or $5,000 out of my pay to buy insurance, you know?
Well,
And I've never looked at that,
that-
so, yeah, that's a good point.
that makes the push or what we offer to make the workforce healthier even more important.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be really part and parcel of all of the insurance decisions going forward is what can we offer, or what does the broker or insurance carrier offer that will help our people become a healthier population.
Well, and your point that Dottie made that, hey, you know, no one's showing, you know, these, like more people to come up to financial wellness or the health wellness. They're not, like to see more people. You know what motivates people? Money. You give them money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, my insurance is going to go down if, you know, this parameter's met, or I like Bill's idea too, a little, you know, maybe to talk about that could segue to that is saying, hey, your insurance is now free. County's paying it all. But there's 20% copay up to $25,000 or whatever the current deductible is. Let's call it a copay. There are no deductibles. It's just copay to a certain amount, and then we take over after that. Then it's 100. But then people might say, you know what? Do I really need to go for the hangnail? You know, but
Yeah, to the ER.
to the ER. Then again, though, we don't want to discourage them from going, but yet you make them cognizant of this costs money. This is going to cost you, and you know. That's another way to get people incentivized to say, hey, I'm saving money if I don't go, you know, and
I'm going to get busy here
I'd like to
shortly
see
and
what you
start
come up
writing
with.
this up, what my ideas that I have on the self-insurance. And I'll get on that and,
I'd like to know what the school does, how they handle it, because they've been self-insured for years and it's been successful.
yeah, there's a little different. I don't know the details, but I know it's different than what I've got in mind.
Yeah, I'd just like to see, though, to see what works.
Yeah, yeah.
And they have a clinic.
Yeah, and they have a clinic.
Yeah, they have a clinic.
Yes.
I'd be happy to meet with.
Maybe we can
Steve
join their
Schneider.
clinic.
Well, you know, partnering with somebody and forming a larger group is,
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you can spread the risk. I'd be happy to get with Steve Schneider and
I'd like to
he's the
know.
CFO out there.
Yeah, because they have Stairs' old house that they use for the
Yes,
clinic, I believe.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, let's see, was that last year that I had a Zoom meeting with DeKalb Central, and I had already talked with DeKalb Eastern and, of course, Garrett Kaiser Butler about the clinics, focused on the clinic, or was that the year before? Yeah, so I didn't even talk about how their insurance plan runs. So it was just simply about the clinic.
I hope we didn't generate another very untoward letter to insurance trustees from our conversation this morning.
What? You lost me.
That letter that Rex got from,
I laughed at that. That was
Yeah,
a good one.
Yeah.
He basically told Rex that he didn't know what he was doing when he quotes people, and I'm going
Yeah.
to keep you from making that mistake again.
My goodness.
talk about crossing lines, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think
Yeah.
we should have him in just for entertainment.
That, yeah, you know, my blood pressure is good most of the time, but
I
we're dealing
enjoy
with
that kind
him.
of stuff, though. It's
You
kind
know,
of fun.
they're just, you know, most people, not a problem, but that man has
If
just,
you add that to the letter he sent us after we went back with
Oh,
insurance
yeah,
trustees and
right.
Anthem telling us how stupid we were,
Yes.
I pretty much put him off of any list that
I
we'd
know.
ever.
There's a reason why
consider.
amphetamines are illegal unless prescribed. So.
Oh, boy, yeah. I felt sorry for Rex having to, you know, get involved with
Well,
that
I hope he
person.
took that with the grain of salt.
He
that it was
did, yeah.
worth.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
he
sure.
did, yeah,
Rex too old to worry about that.
yeah.
Anything else for Dottie? Anyone?
Nope.
Good.
Jim? No? I think you're free to go.
Okay,
Turn loose for another day.
all right, to another week.
Yes,
Yay.
another week. Have fun.
See you, Dottie.
Let's jump into payroll real quick here.
I'll move to approve payroll. How about that?
Oh, I suppose. I suppose we should, huh? The white copy's on top.
I'd have to look at them. If it's a report, it's probably just one that normally doesn't come to you guys.
Oh, okay.
And we just left it in
There was a
there.
bundle of them.
Yeah, it's probably a report that they check and I normally pull.
Okay. Second?
Second.
Motion and second to approve payroll. Any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed,
Aye.
same. Motion carries. Claims. Get a chance to go through the claims?
Yeah, I got a couple questions.
Sure.
I didn't get the number on this one, but the Children's First, 35,000.
That's the
Is that
annual.
yearly? That's annually, right?
Yeah, that's the annual from your guys' budget. They send a letter and then.
That's fine,
request
because
it.
DeKalb County Humane Shelter, I see is being paid monthly. I just want to make sure we weren't paying 35,000 a month.
No, they ask for once a year.
Okay. What about Cume Capital Development, 1138, Sheriff, Motorola Solutions, 87 grand?
Was that, was to come out of ARP money?
No,
It's not out of the ARP.
no, that was in the sheriff's budget.
In his budget.
I just wondered what it was for, Motorola Solutions. I mean, it's a big
That's
amount.
replacing,
It is 24 radios for deputies
Oh, okay, so radios?
and it's actually a split claim. 10,755.
Okay.
yep.
And that, yes, that is something that they budget for.
Sure.
For capital needs.
Okay. All righty.
Okay, we got a motion and a second.
Did we make a
didn't.
motion?
No, you hadn't. We need a motion.
Nothing.
Oh, I'll make a motion to pay the claims.
I will second.
A motion and a second to pay claims. Any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries. Okay, let's do minutes. And I've got I don't know if it's correction, I'd want to add something to it, actually. Susan,
Sure.
under interlocal agreement for the trails,
Yes.
says William Hartman's main concern is with the public concern on seeing funding going to trails, and I'd like to add something about not to roads. I mean, they're concerned
Got it.
about the funding of trails, but the lack of funding for roads. So how are,
You want me to put the funding going to trails versus roads?
yes, sounds good. Yeah,
Easy.
perfect. That was my main reason for bringing it up.
No problem.
The calls I get, and I got another one for Righty about the same situation. They're concerned about money going to trails and the roads are not so good. All right, gentlemen, entertain a motion, any corrections?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
As corrected.
Yes, corrected.
Additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same, motion carries. Travel quick.
There's only one on there.
Todd, if you
is it
have
broken?
anything bad to say about this travel, we're gonna have words. Because it's
It's
1
zero.
and 0.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Is travel broken this week? Is there?
They're trying to make you happy.
There's no big things in Nashville we need to go to, like clowns
No.
and horses and ponies and
No.
stuff? Okay, all right, just want to make sure.
Travel,
We'll approve.
motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion approved, second?
Second.
Motion second, any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same, motion carries.
You're the first person I thought of when I was looking at this yesterday. Like,
I thought you forgot to send everything.
If he complains, we're gonna have problems.
All right, I complain.
Hey.
Okay. Lita, let's get you up and get you through and get you on your way.
Oh. Pretty.
Yeah, I was out by there this morning.
Were you?
On the way in.
This has nothing to do with anything
Yes,
today.
thank you.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
want to have to mail it.
Oh, right.
Doesn't seem quite right.
The cemetery project is coming along. I hope, he should be finished this week. The issue, I was out, Saturday morning early and tried to get some weeds down. We need to, find a more consistent way of mowing that and keeping the weeds down. The person that mows Sunny Meadows itself has went down there and mowed a few times, but he does not weed eat. The bank, that's the only way you're gonna be able to do it, and you can see that from the pictures. Some of them are, sorry, my printer was running out of ink this morning. But some of them, the first one is at the entrance going down towards the east. That's how your posts will be, and there'll be a black chain that goes between them, and there'll be toppers on top of those. The next one is from the road, looking up at the northeast corner. And the next picture is the same one, northeast corner. I wanted to get some of the ditch so you can see that bank, what we're dealing with there. And then the next one is up on top of the same corner, only up on top. The cornfield's right there. There's enough space between the new fence and the corn that we could run one strip down through there and mow that. Or get someone with a high-powered weed eater to weed eat it. It wouldn't take long. I was out there an hour and a half and knocked down all the weeds along in front of the corn, so you could even see coming out of the driveway, because you couldn't see coming out. So I got those knocked down, and I did some spraying with what I had, but we need to either find someone who wants, I talked to Bob Kraft. Bob, had Holbrook lined up for Sunny Meadows itself, and Don had someone else already chosen, so they went with him, but he doesn't weed eat. He doesn't even weed eat at the home itself, so he's not gonna weed eat down there. I did get it weed eated once by one of the people that that works at Sunny Meadows, one of the employees. He wasn't happy, that's not his job, but he did it anyway, and I stopped and saw him as he was doing it and thanked him for it. But if we're gonna do this and keep it up, we need to maintain it.
I hate weed eating. I don't even own one of
I don't
those
mind weed
beasts.
eating, I just don't have a weed eater.
I do all barriers. Weed
Yeah, if
barriers.
we can, if there's some way we could put like a heavy evergreen ground cover on there that would really do out the weed, I don't know. We're gonna have to be careful on how much we spray that, or we're gonna end up with erosion coming off that bank.
Yeah.
So I'm open to anything we want to do.
Suggestion, it's gonna cost some money, but a weed barrier, because the fence is a problem. It's gotta be weeded, and you can't mow up to it
Right.
unless you put down a barrier.
We'll be able to mow underneath between the posts, we just won't be able to mow under those corner sections.
The posts only have a chain.
The post is gonna have a high enough chain that they can mow under the
Underneath
post, but around
With
each
what
of those,
type of mower?
huh?
With what type of mower, though? Can you? get a-
Whatever they're mowing, a
push-
regular lawnmower will reach
Like
under
a push
their,
or a rider?
a rider is what they've been using.
And it will be able to go under the chain?
Yeah, the deck will be able, you only need to be able to have the deck go underneath.
But they're still not gonna get up next to those posts.
You're not real close, no.
My suggestion would be underneath the fence, maybe 6 inches or 12 inches to the inside with the weed barrier, and then outward with that weed barrier, and cover that with some kind of decorative stone, either, I like lava rock, because if you happen to hit that with the mower, it doesn't tear up the blade.
Right.
It'll
You know,
just
another good rock is that crushed field stone, the ones that are.
Crushed river rock.
Yeah, crushed river rock.
It doesn't roll.
It doesn't roll.
doesn't roll.
And so you probably won't pick it up with the mower unless the
No.
deck actually hits it hard
Yeah.
and scoops it.
But it won't
But
roll.
my son did that. He put that barrier about a foot wide on either side of the fence and then, reed barrier, or I think he just sprays his, but a weed barrier and rock would be really pretty. And you wouldn't have to worry about, you can
Well-
mow up next to it.
And you can pull an arthritic mower and mow it, mow
Right.
everything.
Say it, be
The
done.
Right.
corners, you come in on those corners, you radius, or you either radius or do a 45-degree angle.
Right.
Yeah.
In the corners.
And that
so
would
you can
not be
make
hard
that
to do
turn.
with this.
As far as the ditch out to the road, we're a little past the point of reshaping that ditch because the fence is already there.
Well, you were
The
gonna
other-
have a hard time doing that anyway, as high as that is.
The other option I'm going to suggest is to, and we'd have to go through highway department to do it, and that would be to put a culvert clear across there and then fill that ditch in.
There is a
Then you can-
culvert through, well, we did get a free culvert under the one part.
Clear across,
Yes,
and then fill that in, and
Mm-hmm.
then that's grass. Go in there with that riding mower and just whip that out in about 5 minutes.
I'd
It's
like,
going to cost more up front, but you're going to say this weed eating and trimming is going to cost you forever.
yeah.
well, and I'm afraid it won't be done properly.
That's the other
If
thing.
we want to make it nice, we want it to stay nice.
Exactly.
That'd be my suggestion.
I agree with you.
It's more money,
We
but
could get that
one and
done.
done, and, yeah. Something to look into, maybe.
Okay. Do you want me to get quotes from some landscape places around and,
Probably thing to do.
You know, I'll call Chad Johnson. He's from Garrett, does reasonable work. That's right in his line. He could, so what you're thinking is a strip on either side of the fence, foot wide each side, weed barrier and some.
Well, it goes actually under the fence.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm
You
saying. But
do
couple
like a
foot
3
wide.
foot, like a 3 foot.
3
It
foot?
comes in 3 foot or 4 foot, maybe a 3 foot,
That's something you
and
could,
put it a foot inside and 2 foot outside,
yeah.
or something like that,
I think
you're
that's-
outside, you're 2 foot, you're gonna be starting to go down the bank,
on the front side. Well,
Mm-hmm. on
that's,
the roadside,
that's why you fill that in.
yeah.
That takes care of that. Yeah. But either way,
Right.
that can be varied whichever way you want to do it. But anyway, yeah, you do one strip, you come to the post, you have to separate it, go around the post, do a
Sure.
notch.
A bush, yeah.
You're looking at about 120 feet of culvert,
Of culvert.
between 120 and 140. That's 150 feet that way, so there's already 10 or 15 foot of culvert in there now that was put in. So
Was that a whole section?
that was a section where they put the drive in to
Yeah,
get in there.
because if that's a whole section culvert, that's 20 feet.
That's one, yes.
That could
So
be
it
cool.
would be. So we've got about between 130, about 130 foot to go. To get it to the east. We don't really need to go to the west, but we do need to go to the east.
Let's look at that and see what that, because we could do double wall plastic, it doesn't have to be steel. We can do double wall plastic.
Yeah, because it's steel under there to get in.
Okay. Ideas? Anybody else? Ideas? You like that?
I like the idea. I'll talk to Chad Johnson.
And the
next.
nice thing about this, it will really look nice.
Oh, it looked nice,
I mean,
yeah.
this thing will look like a,
And
Like
if
it
we can
all-
go, that'll take care of the weeds and stuff on the other 3 sides.
yeah.
Because like I said, there's plenty of room between the crops and that fence. That,
For a mower.
yeah,
And once if you fill that ditch in, then we can take some of that grade out of that bank. We can lessen the steepness of that bank along the road. Because you're gonna come up. Yeah, may have to sump that tile in, some of that cross pipe in, but that'd be my solution.
Good
I
idea.
think while we're doing it, we want to do it right.
Yeah.
The monument, you have that in your packet. They misread the instructions from one employee to another at Lay Monument. So they sent us 3 options. I met with Don Pearson and get his idea, along with Lay, and Don Pearson and myself, we all agree the third one was the better of the 3. They're not going to charge us anymore. It will be delayed a little bit. We're probably looking end of October for that to go up.
Which one's the third one?
The third one that you get to.
The step stop, the
Oh,
stair
okay.
step top.
They're in order then, okay,
Yes.
I didn't know if they're.
And it's sitting, it's in a shipping crate overseas at the moment. So they're keeping track of it, getting it over here, and then once they get it lettered, then we can put it up. I had someone contact me about donating the concrete, so I'll have them connect with Lay's when they're ready, and they'll be able to
Where
put
would
it
that
on.
be placed? Where would that be?
Straight
placed?
up on top of the hill, right in the center.
Right in this dead center of the plot?
If you're looking, if you're standing in the driveway of it or whatever, it's a rounded area, and it's going to, right up on top,
Oh,
right in the middle.
what do you think, guys? Like
I
number
like it.
3?
168 people there.
Yep.
That's a lot.
There's, it is black marble with the white lettering.
Oh,
That'd be pretty.
and the black fence.
Black fence,
Yeah.
gonna look good.
Yes.
Now, on the fence, Back 40 Fencing is who we contracted with, and he got the fencing, he held up to his end of the bargain, he stored it until it was ready. He found an opportunity he couldn't pass up, so he sold his business to Precision Fencing, which is Ryan Miller. Ryan Miller is Bob and Judy Miller, son. He was did bull riding. I don't know, you'd see, he was in the paper several times back then. Anyway, he does, he's now Precision Fencing, and he's put it all in. So he's kept in contact with me, he's done a fine job, and
Great.
so the posts are not concreted in, they are limestoned in. You may have seen the pile of limestone there, but that's what they are using now, and I use it all the time. That's what they're now using to put telephone poles in. The water drains away. Not that these are gonna rot, but it gets packed down in there and the water drains, but it almost becomes as hard as concrete.
What is it? They put
Crushed
it-
limestone,
Yeah, crushed limestone.
yep. So that's what those posts are put in. So if we ever had to take them out for some reason or another, it's not gonna be hard to get them out, but yet they're gonna hold up.
We always just poured sackcrete in a hole and
Right.
it just.
This is a
it
whole
would
lot
suck the
easier.
water up and,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Well, this is a whole lot easier. The water drains through it. Not only that, out there's no running water, so you'd have had to haul water out.
Well, sackcrete, you just pour in the hole.
Pour in the hole.
In the moisture in the ground, but that's fine, yeah.
So
I don't think it's a problem.
So
So it-
the fence is done? The fence is all the way done?
the chain has to go on and the caps have to go on. And he was hoping to do that today.
Yeah. The effectiveness of that limestone depends on the circumference of the post.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a little narrow,
Go right through it,
well, it will not hold.
yeah.
It's got to be a bigger, bulkier post for that limestone to have something to butt up against. Yeah, I've set posts with limestone.
Okay.
I've
I didn't know
set
that.
posts with native number 2s,
Really?
the little thin ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bird feeder.
Yeah.
Conduit down in that and number 2s packed around it.
So that's where we're at on the fence project. I stopped and talked to, and we're also working on, we only have one groundhog inhabitant, and I think part of the family motorist took care of, but we are working on the rest of them. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. I stopped down to talk to Don, and he questioned me on a couple of things. One, and I told him I was meeting with you, I would talk to you. They have the old 2005 Ford pickup and the Pacifica sitting out there that neither one run. What is the procedure to get rid of those?
What year's the Pacifica, do you know?
Not sure.
More than likely, the Pacifica is absolute junk. The
He's,
frame rusts in half on those.
he had it checked, and
Okay.
he was told, do not drive it.
Okay, that needs to go to OmniSource. That's the best place for it. They need a title for that. The Ford truck, I'd have to see to get a value, but I was still waiting to hear too from Homeland Security or the sheriff about getting rid of the meat wagon, as they called it, the refrigerated truck for that was donated to them during COVID or whatever.
Yeah,
I never heard from them, because I was gonna take that to the auction for them.
yeah.
That's at, the
Coroner's office.
Oh, is that coroner's office? Okay.
Yeah, coroner.
Yes, all right. But
but I don't think he's.
he don't want it?
No.
So
he does
I
not.
guess,
Well, I'm happy to get rid of it for him along with this truck if,
yeah. So the truck thing, well, and you probably would have the means. Is there anything that the commissioner, is there anything we have to do to get rid of it? Or can they just sign the titles over and say?
I think we can sell any property we want.
We just have to,
Sell it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
It's
gonna,
not a problem with selling it.
But what if we don't want to sell it? Like, what if it's worth nothing? We literally just want to take it to,
we have to just declare it scrap.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And that's what needs that Pacifica, those things are junk, so it just needs to go away. You don't wanna sell that to someone, because it'll break in half going down the road.
We'll get
It really will. I mean, they're bad news.
so you need what? You need more on the truck?
Yeah, if I could find out more about the truck, I'll at
It's
least,
sitting out there.
yeah, I can drive out and take a look
Yeah,
at it.
it's sitting out,
I can
it's
put a
sitting out
value on
back.
it, what I think it'll bring and best way to get rid of it.
It's sitting out back next to the
It's a
Pacifica.
Ford.
So then on the other one that we need to just scrap, how do we do that?
Which one's that?
The Pacifica? Like, do we just
Oh,
hire somebody that can take it or?
I'll get it down there for you. It's not a problem. If that's all you need to do is get
Yeah.
it taken down.
It just needs
If
to
you get me
go.
the title, I'll get it hauled down.
He just needs the title. We need to
Yeah.
sign the title.
Sign the title off and take it down. You have to have the title, though.
I have them in there.
Okay.
Okay, so Todd, you'll take care of those, the vehicles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't confuse that with the Ferrari that's your take-home driver.
Okay,
I'll
I think that's it.
email Mike Gerber and ask him Bradley's chain on that box truck. too.
Yeah, I was say, if it's a good time to get rid of that stuff, if they still want rid of that box truck, it'll probably bring really good money right now. Because there's very low production and it's real low miles is what I hear, so
Very low.
be nice to throw that into the, if it's not being used, might as well take the money.
Get the money. The
I
money will
got
be
40
there forever.
ton of topsoil to come in, donated for the cemetery out there to even that front up, because it's kind of a washboard. To even up, and we can throw some grass seed out there, but do we want to take care around the edge first, or do we want to go ahead and get that delivered and spread? I've got someone willing to spread it for us for nothing.
That's going to be a ways, mostly inside the fence.
It'll all be inside the fence, unless we need some of it for outside, I don't know.
That won't affect the other operation.
No.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so
and
go
do
ahead
it.
and have them do it.
Unless you're gonna take some of that ditch dirt and level what you rip out of the ditch.
Well, yeah,
When
we'd
it
have to
puts
add to
culvert
the
in.
ditch.
Oh, that's right.
We'd have to add to the ditch.
All right, never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that'd be a good thing to do.
okay.
Okay,
I think 40 tons a lot until you start spreading it out. It's like, where'd that all go?
yeah, it's 2 triaxle loads.
I know. Amazing.
2 triaxles? Really?
A lot of
Yeah.
dirt.
That must be rough.
It's, there's a lot of, along the front, there's a lot of dips.
Oh,
You don't see it from the road, but when you get up there and look or you walk it,
walk it,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're up and down.
yeah. Well, for mooring purposes, that needs to be leveled out.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, if you got somebody ready to do it,
okay,
probably get them in there before the fence is done.
right.
Yeah.
Well, we're having those, to the west, the first section of chain will be on, clips so we can unhook it.
And I'll get back.
So, because they're going to need to be able to drive in. While the crops are on, it's harder to get in. So getting the dirt in, he may have to just dump it at the entrance and then it be shoved back in. Because I don't think a triaxle can
Yeah.
get turned enough to get back in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna have to bobcat it in there or something.
Bobcat spread it out.
Spread it anyway.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
okay. I think that's it for today.
Thanks, Lita.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
I'm going to Alliance Wednesday too.
Yes,
Yep.
I
so-
saw that.
Yep, so. Yep, check it out.
Well worth the trip.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Humane Shelter Agreement. What do we
It was
got?
for this year.
For the money we've already started to pay.
Right.
I read it, looked good to me.
We pay that once a month, don't we?
Yeah. $4,100 and some dollars a month, right?
Okay. Motion?
Yeah, I'd make a motion to sign the agreement with DeKalb County, with the DeKalb Humane Shelter.
Second?
Fee for services agreement, and I will second that.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any additional comments, questions, or concerns? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed the same. Motion carries. So sign us up. You are, ma'am.
Thank you. Jim, do I Bill signed it, or does somebody else attest?
You should attest just for Bill, though.
Now what do I do with this? Scan it and give it to somebody to give to Dave, or Hauser?
Yeah. Got an email address for him. Ask him to sign it to you.
Or if you can get me his email,
It's,
then I can send it.
he must have had a dog at one time because it starts with Ruffhauser, Ruffhouser.
No, that's his boat.
Oh, is it?
Are you
Yeah, that was the name on the back of his boat.
Oh, okay.
And at what?
I don't know the rest
Like
of it.
rough housing.
Oh.
That's rough.
Todd, do you know it?
What?
The rest of his email? Is it Gmail, Hotmail?
Send it to all of them, and whatever one don't bounce back is the correct one.
Funny guy.
No, I don't, but I can find out. I got it probably here,
Done.
actually.
He's got it.
I think I have it. Let me look.
Okay, while you're looking, I was able to get the Dayspring added on our insurance, blah, blah, blah. So they gave me two options. Do we want to add just the single one for $75, or do we want to have a blanket endorsement for $300 that could cover anything? I'm not familiar with how much this would happen, so I didn't know.
75 for now is fine. I don't think we're gonna see
I
it.
have,
Go ahead.
I've never had an insurance broker charged me for a certificate of insurance before, ever.
Yeah, and I don't know,
50 years, I've never had
Yeah, I-
been charged for a certificate of insurance.
well, I think what it is, I don't know, but it's outside their normal scope. In other words, they are taking on additional liability because we're using a property we don't own. Whereas if you were naming someone on your premises to work, it's a little different story. But I know what you're exactly, because I questioned the same thing, and I thought, wait a minute, though, they're showing us on a different location, so that is an added risk to them. I mean, in other words, if we go everywhere but I got your point on that, but I looked it up and that was normal.
Yeah, when I didn't get the sense that they were charging us for the risk, just for actually executing the certificate.
Yeah, I think it adds
Which I
a little
thought was
risk
kind
to
of
us.
odd, but-
Yeah, it is a little,
Yeah.
but I think the
But I think,
75
I
for
don't
now.
think, I don't think we would do it frequently enough to,
A little bit of difference there, apples and oranges or something.
Okay, I will take care of
75. Okay,
I'm texting you right now, Dave's email. Assume that's right. I got an email from him at that address, so,
that. Okay.
I've got another,
DeKalb Humane Society.
yeah.
TRS.
trs@gmail.com. Send it to both.
Okay.
Why TRS? That's my initials. That's a little weird, but,
Is he the treasurer?
oh, could be.
He is,
Treasurer.
yes, he is a treasurer.
That's what it would be then. Good. You're
So he
sharp.
wasn't named after you.
Yeah.
Okay, did everybody have a chance to look at the resolution transferring the cemetery to Wilmington Township
Yes.
provided? Are you ready to go on it?
Well, the one question I had was they want a clean slate, is what I read, which means the ditch tax also that was on the property. There's no property tax, obviously, but we were only talking a few dollars, right, on the ditch tax?
Yeah, and
Can we just pay that and then give it to them clean after that? Is that the idea?
I already took it off. Like when
You
we
did?
have a commissioner's sale, things like that, most of the time, if you're going to, well, even like all those ones that we assign to the city of Butler, they're not gonna pay any of that.
No.
And, so I remove it by correction of error. So I remove it in our system and then, so there's nothing on it for them to begin
Okay,
with.
so it's all clear.
Because we wouldn't have paid it ourselves either.
Well, we would have paid a ditch tax, or a ditch assessment, wouldn't we? We have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want me to put it back on and pay it, we can. but
No,
I
that's
just
fine.
removed
No,
it
it's
and-
fine, as long as it's legal, what
So
we're
it
doing is
goes
good.
forward.
What we're doing is good, right? I mean, it's all kosher, okay. All right, as
Yep.
long as it's legal, I'm happy with it.
Yep.
I think
yep.
we should just let them have it and let them run with it.
motion?
My motion is
Okay,
to,
so do we need to read this?
Got 3 read?
It doesn't have to have 3 readings, does it?
no penalties involved.
Okay, no.
Perfect.
Doesn't need to be read.
So-
Resolution is 2022 R-15.
15,
Yep, 1-5.
Make a motion to sign Resolution 2020-R15 for the transfer of the property. Cemetery property, is it to Wilmington? To Wilmington
Wilmington Township.
Township, yeah.
would be 2022-R-15, I believe.
Yes, that's what I
Yeah.
said.
No, you said 2020.
Oh, 2022.
Okay.
Dash
I got 20.
R's and 15s and
Now,
all
that
that.
I will second.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the same.
I
Motion
had
carries.
already written down 2022.
Did too.
Just making sure all the i's are dotted and t's are crossed.
Cemetery 2022-15. 15.
I have one more thing.
What you got?
I spoke a little bit, and I don't know if you guys did as well. I spoke a little bit this morning with Tyler downstairs, and he had looked into the state's no smoking information, and there's not anything that references vaping or e-cigarettes or anything like that. So I don't know if you guys want to do one specific for our courthouse, or if they, I don't know if they just have, and I would think they just have to say that if they can tell you whether to stop or not, but I don't know.
It's state law already. It's 8 foot from the door.
But it doesn't talk about, it talks about anything that creates smoke that he said he read it. It has something to do with heated and creates smoke. It doesn't have anything to do with vaping or e-cigarettes.
I know, but how often is
I
this going to
get it.
happen? I mean,
Yeah, and it's
Common
like,
sense.
it's kind of splitting hairs.
so you
It
tell,
is, but we had to put it in our personnel policy.
did we?
It's in our personnel policy for all of us employees.
It's, the process is different, I don't know, I mean, smoking is actually combustion, vaping is not evaporating,
Well, you're heating, you're
Vaporizing.
vaporizing oil
yeah,
with
you're
a battery. You're
vaporizing.
using a heating
You're
element.
using heat, but it's a different source of heat, and I don't, it's like, it's really-
I'm not worried about it, to be honest with you, but
I'm not much
I don't think
either.
it's worth our time.
I don't think
Just
so.
tell people as you catch them.
I think we can post it on the door, no smoking or vaping within 8 feet of the entrance of the building. And,
Yeah,
you know, I don't think we need to do an ordinance on it.
I don't think so either. Just put the sign, include it on the sign.
Yeah.
Put penalty of death and noose hanging there or something.
All right.
The other electric chair or something.
Electric
We'll
chair.
vaporize your oils or something.
Well, we got that cell in Lita's office. We can throw them in there for a few weeks.
There we
Bread and
could.
water.
Bread and water.
She'd make sure it was stale bread.
What else you got, Susan?
That's all I have.
That's all you got. Jim, you got anything?
Well,
You know what I just did?
we sent out the horse-drawn vehicles. I don't know if you want to deal with that today.
We'll
or-
get that, and we'll get that when Ben comes in. That's on his list.
Yeah, and the private utilities I have.
Yeah, that's all under Ben's.
I will, that horse-drawn vehicle ordinance will require a public hearing because there are fees and fines involved. So if you want to do first reading today, we can, and then have a public hearing and do the second, third reading
The
next week.
board ordinance will too then.
The what?
The boring ordinance,
Yeah, if they're, yeah.
they both need public hearing.
Yeah.
So we need to schedule those for, when Ben comes, we can pass, we can clean it up, anything we have to clean up in the boring ordinance, or I guess the other one, actually. And then
Can
set
I
it for,
schedule the public hearings for both of them the same time?
Yeah, you can just have two items on the agenda to take care of at a
Okay.
public hearing.
okay,
Yeah, I think that's what we do there.
And we need to make sure you're all okay to do it on first reading now. Of course, we can
Yeah.
always change it when we get to the hearing date, so, for second and third readings, so.
Yeah, not sure whether we'll get any public input on the horse-drawn ordinance or not.
either one, I
Either
don't know,
one.
but you gotta do
Got to do
it.
it anyway, so,
Gotta do it,
yeah.
yeah.
So, you want to do it next week? Do first reading today on each, and then do the, public hearing next week? Or,
I
I don't know
guess,
how much time it
The
takes.
road
for-
boring has already had a first reading.
Okay.
That was done on July 25th. So
Except you can, if we just do them all on the same day, you're only paying for one notice of hearing.
exactly,
published.
that would be my goal.
Yeah, so
Well,
So-
that's a suggestion
we can't do
up to
any
the
more with the
commissioners.
boring ordinance today then.
Correct.
So throw out there.
Okay, so anytime there's a fee involved, it has to have a public ordinance,
Fees or fines.
fees or fines, okay.
Right. We got both.
I don't think I realized that. Well, obviously, because I didn't schedule it. Okay, so we can,
Well, can you get it to the newspaper so it can be done next week or the week after?
I can send it.
Commissioners, you want it next week, the second and third readings on both and
Let
the
me
public
think, public
hearing?
hearing, does it,
I'd be fine
Might
with
as well get
that.
them done.
I'd have to look. If I have to have 10 days, then it can't be next week.
Then it'll be in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll look and see, I can't remember. I think
This-
I've only advertised for like one public hearing, so I have to make sure.
Just send an email to everybody. Get it done.
I would say let's shoot for the 22nd.
That would be safe for
Yeah,
any,
Oh, that's in 2 weeks then.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would,
Yeah, that's fine.
let's just shoot for that.
okay,
That's good.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Okay.
thank you.
Anything else?
So are you going to, well, I can take this one off. The horse-drawn, the buggy one, is there anything, are you guys going to discuss that when Ben comes to do the first reading?
Yes.
Okay,
The Ben comes. It's on his agenda, so let's
yes.
definitely wait.
I tried to put things that deal with him.
Right, right. Mike, Todd, you got any miscellaneous clean up?
Moment.
Nope.
I was out to the county farm this morning where we demoed that corn crib and buried it. We got a little swimming pool out there, a little wading pool.
Oh, really?
It sank in,
Yeah.
which is but it's holding water.
Wow.
That soil must really be tight underneath
Apparently
there.
so, geez.
But it's a good thing because that's probably going to assure that that's all washed in and filled in all the cavities down there. Anyway, we need to level that back out again. And I didn't know where to try to get Kelly back in and the dozer and clean that back up. I think probably is a good idea. I don't know if Ben and Highway can do it.
Should we let it go through the winter to really
I
settle or
think
not?
with as much water in it, it is settled.
That bad, huh?
And what I'd like to do, then I would go in, I would do this myself, I would go in with the tractor and till that up and throw some grass seed in there
Okay.
this fall,
Oh, okay, this fall.
so
Okay.
we can get it going.
September, probably.
Yeah,
Labor Day's good time to plant grass.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's my thinking on it.
Oh, it'd
And
be
I'd
fine.
do that my time
Okay.
and buy the grass.
Let me show you how to start that tractor.
Yeah,
Okay.
I figured out. Yeah,
Tractor, you
I
get out
figured
there
out.
with your arms.
I figured out the cutout on that seat on that John Deere.
Did you? Okay, good.
Yeah, I guess all I need is a consensus to have Kelly come back out with his dozer and.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give him a call.
Then you'll handle the final prep then.
Yeah, I'll do the final prep.
All right. No, that's very fair.
I'll till it up a little bit, some grass seed in it, spread it out. Okay, that's all I had. We're kind of waiting on the break, I think, now, unless somebody's got something else. And then Ben after the break, and
Does Ben really need to be here for the horse-drawn vehicle talk? I mean, we've already discussed it. Can we just get that out of the way?
You.
I don't see anything he really needs to be.
no, that doesn't involve him as much actually as the boring. anyway.
Boring is more of a,
We did make some changes on that.
yeah, but it was just
the light.
lighting and the,
Yeah.
And the fee on the-
I changed the lighting so that it just went
top.
above the top of,
Amber in the front and red in the back.
yes.
Yeah. Anything else?
Got all those dollars straightened out,
Yeah,
paragraph 11.
yeah.
right. And then, Ben had some changes on the boring that were fairly minor, and they've been incorporated into what you have.
First drawn out of the way. It doesn't affect them.
Okay,
Well, you'd be doing first reading today anyway,
yes.
And, yeah, do
and
first,
you've already got it done on the other one.
yeah.
right.
Madam Secretary, would you,
So this is what we get to read.
yes,
Okay.
would you do us the honor?
Ordinance 2022 R-13, DeKalb County Code Section 9-2-2, an ordinance amending DeKalb County Ordinance 83-5 dealing with the license fees for horse-drawn vehicles and horse-drawn trailers and providing penalties for violations thereof. Whereas on November 7th, 1983, the DeKalb County Board of Commissioners and DeKalb County Council adopted Ordinance 83-5, providing for license fee and service charge for horse-drawn vehicles and horse-drawn trailers, and providing penalties for late payment or non-payment. And whereas regular county highway use of horse-drawn vehicles and horse-drawn trailers have increased administrative costs and costs for repair to said county highway caused by road damage caused by those horse-drawn vehicles and horse-drawn trailers. And whereas the DeKalb County Board of Commissioners has determined that there exists a need to increase the license fee for horse-drawn vehicles and horse-drawn trailers to $250 along with additional considerations. Now therefore be it hereby ordained by the DeKalb County Commissioners of DeKalb County, Indiana, that Section 1, DeKalb County Ordinance 83-5 is amended and totally restated as follows. This, number 1, this is enacted pursuant to Title 36 Indiana Code. Number 2, definitions. As used in this ordinance, a horse-drawn vehicle means a buggy, carriage, dray, or wagon designed or intended to use one or more horses as motive power. The term does not include horse-drawn agricultural implements. B, as used in this ordinance, horse-drawn trailer means a wagon or trailer which itself is pulled behind or attached as a supplemental vehicle to a horse-drawn vehicle. The term does not include horse-drawn agricultural implements. C, as used in this ordinance, the owner of a horse-drawn vehicle includes any individual, firm, corporation, or association that rents, leases, or has exclusive use of a horse-drawn vehicle for a period of at least 30 days in any calendar year. And D, as used in this ordinance, resident of DeKalb County, Indiana means a person who has his or her
Or
their principal place of residence in DeKalb County, Indiana, or who owns or operates a business within DeKalb County, Indiana. 3, form of license. The auditor of DeKalb County shall be responsible to make available for sale in DeKalb County all numbered metallic tags and all self-adhesive label tags required by this ordinance. The form of the metallic tag shall be with a color scheme providing for a white or light background and black or dark numerals and legends, bearing the legend DeKalb County, Indiana, the year of issue, and a consecutive number. The auditor shall change the coloring scheme each year of the self-adhesive label tags. 4, annual fee horse-drawn vehicles. There is hereby imposed upon each resident of DeKalb County, Indiana, who is the owner of a horse-drawn vehicle, which horse-drawn vehicle is used upon the highways or roads in DeKalb County, Indiana, an annual license fee in the amount of $250. Said annual license fee of $250 shall apply to the first such horse-drawn vehicle for the owner thereof. Thus, by way of example, a DeKalb County resident who is the owner of more than one horse-drawn vehicles used upon the highways or roadways of DeKalb County, Indiana, shall be charged an annual license fee in the sum of $250 for the first such vehicle and $50 for each additional horse-drawn vehicles. Each DeKalb County resident who owns a horse-drawn vehicle used upon the highways or roads of DeKalb County, Indiana, shall pay the license fee attributable to such horse-drawn vehicle or vehicles as set forth by this ordinance to the DeKalb County auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor. Such required license fee or fees required under this ordinance shall be paid after March 1st and before May 15th of each year. Upon payment of such license fees, such owner of a horse-drawn vehicle shall receive from DeKalb County auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor a numbered metallic tag with respect to subsequent renewal years for a horse-drawn vehicle previously licensed under this ordinance. The owner of a horse-drawn vehicle may receive from the DeKalb County Auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor a self-adhesive label tag bearing the year of issue. The owner shall thereafter affix the numbered metallic tag to such horse-drawn vehicle by use of screws or nails through the holes provided in the metallic tag and into the horse-drawn vehicle, with no covering, opaque, or otherwise. And keep and preserve said metallic tag on said vehicle so long as said metallic tag is effective and has not expired. With respect to subsequent renewal years for a horse-drawn vehicle previously licensed under this ordinance for which a self-adhesive label tag was furnished by the DeKalb County Auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor, the owner shall thereafter affix the self-adhesive label tag to the existing numbered metallic tag. Each numbered metallic tag shall be valid from March 1st to May 15th of the following year for a maximum period of 14.5 months only, and all numbered metallic tags shall expire at midnight on May 15th of the year following the date stamped on said numbered metallic tag provided. However, the expiration date shall be extended an additional year for a horse-drawn vehicle properly licensed under this ordinance for which a self-adhesive label tag was furnished by the DeKalb County Auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor and which is affixed to the metallic tag. Only one metallic tag provided by this ordinance may be attached to any horse-drawn vehicle at any time. At time of collection of the annual license fee and the issuance of the number of metallic tags or self-adhesive label tags for subsequent renewal years earlier described, the DeKalb County Auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor shall also issue a registration receipt for each numbered metallic tag or self-adhesive label tag so purchased. The registration receipt shall be countersigned by the owner of the horse-drawn vehicle. The registration receipt shall be carried in or on the horse-drawn vehicle all times of operation upon highways of roads of DeKalb County, Indiana. Number 5, annual fee horse-drawn trailers. There is hereby imposed upon each resident of DeKalb County, Indiana, who is the owner of a horse-drawn trailer, which horse-drawn trailer is used upon the highways or roads of DeKalb County, Indiana, an annual license fee in the sum of $50. Said annual license fee of $50 shall apply to each such horse-drawn trailer for the owner thereof. Thus, by way of example, any DeKalb County resident who is the owner of more than one horse-drawn trailers used upon the highways or roads of DeKalb County, Indiana, shall be charged an annual license fee of $50 for each such trailer. This is in addition to the annual license fee for a horse-drawn vehicle. Each DeKalb County resident who owns a horse-drawn trailer used upon the highways or roads of DeKalb County, Indiana, shall pay the license fee attributable to such horse-drawn trailer as set forth by this ordinance to the DeKalb County Auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor. Such required license fees required under this ordinance shall be paid after March 1 and before May 15th of each year. Upon payment of such license fee, each owner of a horse-drawn trailer shall receive from the DeKalb County Auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor a numbered metallic tag. With respect to the subsequent renewal years for a horse-drawn vehicle previously licensed under this ordinance, the owner of a horse-drawn trailer may receive from DeKalb County Auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor a self-adhesive label tag bearing the year of issue. The owner shall thereafter affix the numbered metallic tag to such horse-drawn trailer by use of screws or nails through the holes provided in the metallic tag and into the horse-drawn trailer with no covering, opaque, or otherwise, and keep and preserve said metallic tag on said horse-drawn trailer and so long as said metallic tag is effective and has not expired. With respect to the subsequent renewal years for a horse-drawn trailer previously licensed under this ordinance for which a self-adhesive label tag has been furnished by the DeKalb County Auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor, the owner shall thereafter affix the self-adhesive label tag to the existing numbered metallic tag. Each numbered metallic tag shall be valid from March 1st to May 15th of the following year for a maximum period of 14.5 months only, and all numbered metallic tags shall expire at midnight on May 15th of the year following the date stamped on this numbered metallic tag, provided, however, the expiration date shall be extended an additional year for a horse-drawn trailer properly licensed under this ordinance for which a self-adhesive label tag was furnished by the DeKalb County Auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor and which is affixed to the metallic tag. Only one metallic tag provided by this ordinance may be attached to any horse-drawn trailer anytime. At time of collection of the annual license fee or fees and the issuance of the number of metallic tags or self-adhesive label tags for subsequent renewal years earlier described, the DeKalb County Auditor or other authorized designee of the auditor shall also issue a registration receipt for each numbered metallic tag or a self-adhesive label tag so purchased. The registration receipt shall be countersigned by the owner of the horse-drawn trailer. The registration receipt shall be carried in or on the horse-drawn trailer all times of operation upon highways or roads of DeKalb County, Indiana. You want me to stop there for now? Okay.
Let's take a break.
But could I have written it longer?
No kidding. What in the world?
Well,
It's all good.
A lot of talk about metallic tags there.
I know.
I don't know. Screws or nails? What if I want to glue it on?
Yeah,
well, we don't want you to do it.
Well,
May mess up a subsequent year.
what's the violation for?
Weber is, I finally heard from Weber this morning. They